Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua Hashem Kakadash. Double and the apostles and elders get millstone and rule well. And Shalom to the brothers doing the work of in truth. Got this article on Bloomberg by way of Yahoo Finance. It says what China's plan for digital yuan imperils Bitcoin's biggest markets. And even there you got the man using that digital one where they have, scanner, and I think they have it on a QR code presently. So it says what trouble may be brewing in China for Bitcoin's raucous and divisive rally as the nation pushes ahead with the world-leading effort to create a digital version of its currency. That's because the eventual rollout of the virtual yuan could roil cryptocurrency markets if China's officials tighten regulations at the same time. According to Philip Gillespie, chief executive crypto market manager and liquidity provider B2C2 Japan, which mainly works with institutional investors. Once a digital one is introduced, that's going to be one of the biggest risks in crypto. Gillespie, who previously worked in currency markets for Goldman Sachs Group Inc., said in an interview, panic selling is possible if the new rules end up sucking liquidity from trading platforms for digital coins, he said. Central banks' power to issue virtual currency and proscribe rivals is one of the key risks for the crypto sector. Chinese citizens are already banned from converting one to tokens, but the practice continues under the table using Tether, a digital coin that claims a stable value pegged to the dollar. The money part in Tether then gets routed to Bitcoin and other tokens. So yeah, it's basically because I think Tether from the jump, they just tried to make it so it's like one Tether is $1, and that's like the level they're trying to kind of keep it at. So people, it's like if they want to, just leave their money in crypto and not have it lose value, compared to other coins, they'll just tether it to hold it. So I think it's kind of had that role, and now it's saying like the one, the digital yuan, the crypto one would take that role. I think it's red. Okay, so it says Tokyo-based Gillespie sees potential for an outright ban on Tether, which could raise the stakes for anyone minded to continue using it. A draft People's Bank of China law setting the stage for a virtual one includes a provision prohibiting individuals and entities from making and selling tokens. In recent days, China's Inner Mongolia banned the power-hungry practice of cryptocurrency mining. So yeah, it's basically a lot of the aspects of crypto, which is what you can mine it yourself. It's not tracked, and even like selling it, being able to do what you want with it. Those things are apparently not going to be as much part. Which I mean, if you know China, it shouldn't even be a surprise. But what? So it says representatives of the People's Bank of China didn't reply to a fax seeking comment on the prospect of regulatory changes. While there's no launch date yet, the People's Bank of China is likely to be the first major central bank to issue a virtual currency after years of work on the project. Yeah, so they're pushing forward to get that out. and then what you're gonna see, you know, how it's utilized, because them, them guys in China, they're under the boot. Like what's his name? Xi Jinping keeps like a tight grip on these guys, man. So they're kind of, these things get pushed out easier. These things get more easily accepted and adopted. But yeah, they said what, that crypto one, which that's where these these different countries are going, because even this one as well with Venezuela's dumbing through. Men have been eating out of garbage. The money or shit. They're fucked. But, well, when you read it on Bloomberg as well, it says hyperinflation pushes Venezuela to print 1 million Bolivar bills. So yeah, men are printing 1 million bills. That's when you know the currency's done. That's that. It's already hit a hyperinflation, and that's something you're gonna see come to other parts of the world as well, because this economy is gonna go kaput. Why? To get everyone to lean on that mark, and that's something you see. You've seen a lot of, like, in the markets. You had like the GameStop, the AMC. What's the other one? Like those stocks that basically were just getting pumped by man on Reddit. Were just pumping the stocks to crazy heights, and they're just making shitloads of money off it, gaming the system, and then people were kicking up a fuss. So it's like, okay, so Esau done game the system. That's how you got it. It's an unjust balance. That's Esau's bread and butter. But what now the plebs are being able to do that too. It creates an issue. But then what? It's a thing where that's another justification to be like, okay, look, we go to the crypto this, then it's like it's gonna be more it'll be more balanced, it'll be easier to allocate resources, but Esau's gonna sell it. And then that mark as well. That mark is gonna be sold. That implantable RFID. So this is what Venezuela said it will introduce new large denomination Bolivar notes as hyperinflation renders most bills worthless, forcing citizens to turn to the US dollar for everyday transactions. Yeah, so them men are really fucking with the dollar, more or less. Because there's what the country's central bank posted a statement on its website Friday saying it would begin circulating the new 200,000, 500,000, and 1 million bills to fulfill the current economy's requirements without providing further details. The 1 million note, the largest in the nation's history, is worth 53 cents. So yeah, shit's through. And it's like their economy's been done. And essentially the US is like a shark, man. It's just been circling them, waiting, because they had who the fuck was that guy? The guy they just put, bigged up out of nowhere. The fuck was his name, man? He was like 35 or something. He was hella young. Guaido, maybe Guaido. I think it was Guaido. But they just brought the US just materialized some guy from the fucking the Phantom Zone. They rescued him from the Phantom Zone, and then we're just like, yo, you're just gonna be the new president, man. Get rid of what's his name? Maduro. That's the one. So it says, as Venezuela's economy shrank for a seventh straight year in 2020, the government turned a blind eye to a growing number of dollar transactions, kick-started by rolling power outages that prevented credit and debit purchases and fostered the use of cash. About 60, and that country's through, man. Them Jake over there getting messed up. The dummy getting messed up. It's fucked. It says, while the dollar has gained ground, Venezuelans continue to rely on Bolivar bills for public transportation. Oof. Public transportation and to purchase subsidized fuel. The Caracas subway recently issued an electronic payment system after it routinely stopped charging passengers due to cash shortages. That's kind of wild. Yeah, it's actually mad. A million. What even is the money? Bolivars. So yeah, a million bolivars is what 53 cents. So with that's just a myth, man. Instead of taking the subway, we putting in like 20 bills. Okay. So it says what? Yeah. So it says President Nicolas Maduro has said he plans to move to a fully digital economy this year, following 3 years of hyperinflation that have prompted the nation's mint to issue higher denomination notes, though quickly rendered all but useless. Inflation soared 3,000% in the last 12 months. So yeah, he said he's looking to go fully digital. We'll see if he follows through on that, because they're meant to have been using crypto for a while, man, from way back in because their economy's been fucked. The bolivar's been worth fuck all and essentially useless for a while. So they've been utilizing crypto in certain places. But what he said, yeah, fully digital, which I don't know how achievable that is in the space of the year, but then we can see. But then it'll be kind of interesting to watch what happens, because anyway, it's Venezuela's been a bit of a shit show. Mama gonna make a thingy in October. Yeah, but that's the new in thing, man. The new hot fashionable in thing is what that digital currency. That digital currency, which, is tied to that mark, that implantable RFID, which is gonna replace currency, man. It's gonna replace, if you're gonna buy or sell, you have to utilize that mark. And you've seen these things have been built up to, man. So it's evident and clear what the time is. Ezekiel 28 3 says, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Yeah, so Esau's wiser than Daniel. He's been given his what do you call it? His knowledge of wickedness, and what was his technology as well. And that's why he's as well, even with the monetary system, the whole monetary system he created, there's all kinds of confusion and mess, and these things make it just manipulatable. That's how a lot of things with money. That's kind of like the bedrock of how shit operates in Esau's kingdom. But in what it's not dealt with in a solid way, man. There's no back into it. They took the dollar off the gold standard, what was meant to be the main reserve currency, where it was still tied to gold. But then they were just like, okay, no, I'll take it off that and just have it float as is. And then you've just had all kinds of wacky madness occur from this, man. And that's Esau's been able to use that, to his benefit, man, to keep people under control. It says, by their great wisdom, by their traffic, hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God. Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their sword against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. Yeah, so all that, that so-called glory that's meant to be over, over this land, over America, those things have lost all luster and shine. You looking at America and laughing like, oh, you guys don't have healthcare. Oh, you guys, fucking looking like a third world country. Where a lot of it does look like a fucking third world country, man. But yeah, you know where it's going. It's Esau's, using his cunning and steering towards, that mark. And it's the global, just the kind of it's become that topic, man. That digital currency, national digital currency. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Yabashim Yashah. Bashim Kakadash Bakdash. Shalom.